Alright, welcome back to Game 6 of Major League Wingspan. We're going second here, and that's pretty terrible because there's a wood duck in the tray. Eurasian collar dove is going to pair well with a strong forest engine, so I expect my opponent is going to grab those two cards. What do we got going on here? Whiteback woodpecker is really good. Looks like black tern is going to be our wetland option here. Unless my opponent plays Brant, they can't also get the barn swallow. So I kind of want that for myself. Bullfinch, could that be good? Go for some more food. If my opponent leaves the collared dove behind, I could go for food spam myself. Behaviorist. For each column that contains birds with 3 different power colors. Passerine, birds with wingspans 30 centimeters or less. So Passerine is not great. Could theoretically get a teal and a brown into column 1. Black tern is going to be in column 1 of the wetlands. So I think we're going to have to go with Passerine here. We got some good cards in our starting hand, but bonus cards is kind of a bummer, and the tray is going to hurt us. We'll see if my opponent can capitalize on that. They're looking to secure their first win, so they're going to be motivated. Going to have to stay focused and not make any mistakes here. Goshawk could be good, but I'm not going to keep 4 cards. Going to keep... Let's keep the cherry. That'll give me the food for the tern and the woodpecker. There's 1 nectar in the tray. Alright, let's roll with this. Hopefully we can survive this wood duck. Collared dove. If it were me, I would spend the nectar to grab the dove and the wood duck. So my opponent just draws the wood duck. So now I am going to grab the dove and the barn swallow. Baltimore Oriole is a good bomb. Lines up the round 2 goal. We'll spend this nectar. Yeah, I don't know if I want to hand that to my opponent as well, but I'm going to go with barn swallow here. Eurasian magpie. Not going to be a big impact. See what my opponent does here. They would have to overpay for the wood duck to get it down. Spending all their food. So they did gain food here. Did they discard a card? I don't think so. They just took 1 food. So now what do I do? Let's get a bird down in the wetlands. So if something good pops up in the tray, we can have a good, efficient draw card action. We'll get the collared dove down in the grasslands eventually. That'll cover up that spot in column 1. So there's the wood duck. So my opponent is going to gain 2 food here. No nectar. That will put the bird feeder in a good position for me to reroll and get a bunch of nectar. I can get 3 food here. So my food production He's currently higher than my opponent. We can get the bullfinch down and gain even more food production. Try to get some mileage out of this collared dove. I expect that they're going to take the oriole here. Thinking about it. 2 cards in hand. Worm and a rat. Unless you're going to play one of these birds, there's the gain food action. I was going to say, unless you're going to play one of these birds, there's really not much to think about here. Nothing great in the tray. So I'll take the fish for the turn. Only 1 nectar. Let's take the wheat. And then I'm going to need an egg. Do I just discard a food for an egg? I think I do. Only 1 nectar pops up in the tray. I should be able to get the reroll here. So let's gain. Let me think about this. So my opponent has plenty of food to play a bird. They can't play anything into column 2 without laying eggs first. If they gain 2 food, they can't reroll the bird feeder. So I think I am going to take this opportunity to lay my eggs so I can get my bullfinch down. And then continue to gain food. Play my collared dove. Double play Cisticola Frogmouth. Okay, solid play by them. Play the bullfinch. Passerine, 30 centimeters or less. Have to keep an eye out for those birds. Wonder if this royal spoonbill would be any good. Wouldn't be terrible. Should probably get the black turn down to improve my card draw action. I have 1 egg left. So there my opponent gains food. So now I get the reroll. One nectar. It's disappointing. Let's take the worm. Let's deny this nectar from my opponent. Gain this nectar here. So that leaves a reroll open for my opponent. And I don't think I'm going to spend any food. Maybe I will. Because I can just keep going back for food to try to get as much nectar as possible, to try to control the nectar game. My opponent doesn't have a great forest here, just the wood duck. But so the round goal. So there's common buzzard. So they're gonna have 4 birds. So I think I will give them this round goal, because I would have to play a bird into my wetlands to spend the egg. But I also have 2 nectar to spend here. We'll go like that. I think I will spend the food here. Yellowhammer, Rufous Owl, and Ruddy Duck. We keep having so much luck with Moltoni's Warbler, and Yellowhammer is the exact same archetype, so I'm going to go for it. Rufous Owl, I don't want my opponent to throw that into their forest. And honestly, I think I'm going to let the turn go here in order to grab the Ruddy Duck. My opponent can only gain 1 card. No, they can get 2 if they take the draw card action. How badly do I really need that Ruddy Duck? This is another cavity nest for the round 4 goal. I think I am going to gamble a little bit here and see what I can get. Cedar Waxwing, not super great. Black-throated Diver is pretty good. 5-point body. It's better than the Ruddy Duck. Very strong card draw bird. So now the Dove is going to kind of take a bit of a back seat to holding on to food for the Yellowhammer, which also lines up well with the round goal. So my opponent could flip the bird feeder here, only gaining 2 food per activation. So they're kind of stalled a little bit for food. We can definitely race them on food. I'm already gaining 4 per forest activation, so twice as much as they are. Now I kind of wish I had kept this worm and wheat here. It's usually better to keep food in the early stages of the game, or the first couple of rounds, help establish your engine. But it's not the end of the world. Opponent thinking hard here. Two cards in hand. We're doing very well on the wrong goal, 5-3. I can still definitely play a couple birds and come back and pressure that round goal. Cedar Waxwing could help with that. Getting this Rufous Owl down quickly will be pretty nice. Definitely got to get the Yellowhammer down. So my opponent is going to, I think they spent a food to reroll the bird feeder, so that's pretty good. I forgot to consider that. Or did they? Maybe they didn't. No, I don't think they did there. Alright, so I will also gain food. I could discard the Waxwing for even more food. Try to get another, well, let's see here. I do need the rat for the Rufous Owl. So let's do that. We get the reroll here. So let's take this wheat. And we'll take a nectar. And then could play the Rufus Owl, then I'll need to lay eggs again, which I have to do anyway for the activation of the Yellowhammer. 5 activations left in the round. Plenty of food for my opponent here. I wonder if they try to grab more nectar. Round 2 Yellowhammer, so they are gaining food again. It does leave... There's a gold crest. So there's 2 nectar there. I could potentially get 3 more nectar. 5 activations left in the round. I could discard the Waxwing for yet more food. I think I'm going to do it. Only 1 nectar here. Let's gain the rat. Let's gain the worm. Gain this wheat. And we'll gain this nectar. Alright, so now I can play my Rufus Owl. Actually, I think I'm going to play the Yellowhammer first. Then I'll lay eggs, spending an excess food for an extra egg. Then I can play my Rufus Owl. And I kind of want that black-throated diver. So unless my opponent does something to the tray here, I think it'll be there for me toward the end of the round. Opponent gearing up for something big here. Plenty of food, 2 nectar. Doing a pretty good job of staying ahead on the food race here, the nectar race. Opponent has 2 nectar in the forest. Black-throated, oh, good reroll for them. So there's 3 nectar in the bird feeder. So 4 activations left. I need to play a bird and lay eggs for my Yellowhammer. So Yellowhammer appeases to play a bird. We can lay eggs. But I think, do I have time to gain food here? And I have the luxury, if I have nectar I can't spend, I can tuck it on the dove. I could gain, well, the bullfinch is going to flip the bird feeder here. So if I gain food, I have to play the Yellowhammer, and then I have to lay eggs. That's 3 activations. That gives me room to draw cards at the end of the round to pick up that diver. But getting the Rufus Owl down, and then gaining food, that would get me a tuck off the gold crest. My opponent gains food here. Again, they can gain 2 nectar. I think I'm going to take the opportunity cost and just secure the nectar here. Take this wheat, and I'll take this nectar. So now I'll play Yellowhammer, lay eggs, draw cards, and then we can drop the Rufus Owl off the Yellowhammer, but I think I'm going to drop the diver off the Yellowhammer because then my next card draw action will be even better. Doing really good on food. So I don't need to set myself up to gain food immediately in the next round. And it feels like we're doing pretty good against this wood duck. My opponent is not really able to establish any dominant forest engine here. They do have good position for the round 3 goal. 2 birds for the round 4 goal. I also have 2 there. I'll have 3. So my opponent needs to start making some big plays here, I think. And this is kind of the drawback of wood duck, relying on that 1 card per turn. So there's European goldfinch. I'm not really tucking too much. So that gives them a point every time I tuck on the swallow. Not too afraid of that. It is really good for the wrong goal though. So they do take the lead on the wrong goal here. Good play by them. Let's throw down our Yellowhammer. Let's use the nectar. And these 2 teal powers really let us hold on to even more nectar and go to the bird feeder to gain more nectar than we would normally be allowed to, because before we lose the nectar at the end of the round, we can use it toward these teal powers. So that's just really great synergy there. Here's Major Mitchell's cockatoo. So they're really pushing this round goal hard now, making their plays. 1 worm left. Probably gonna lay eggs here. I also have to lay eggs. Let's spend a nectar. And then I'm going to draw cards. And I may still just tuck a card and give them the point on the goldfinch. Because it's just a point, it's not a card cycle. It doesn't give them further card advantage. And my card volume is pretty low. Once I get that diver down though, maybe I should just skip the swallow. I don't know, it depends on what we draw off this next action. Is there my opponent? Did they gain food? It looks like dice disappeared. So they're going to tuck a card and hand out a wheat to everybody? That's pretty dangerous with this collared dove on deck. Man, maybe this gold crest is pretty good. Discard a card from your hand. Don't really have excess cards to spare though. So they did gain food, they did not tuck a card. Alright, so let's grab the diver and remember our bonus card. Lincoln Sparrow can definitely go away. I will tuck the card here. Red-winged blackbird makes my draw card action even better. And I would be getting 2 tucks in that activation, so kind of overpowering their goldfinch. Casting Sparrow is pretty good. They could be incentivized to grab that. I think they're really going to be incentivized to pivot to grasslands here, because they haven't been able to establish a strong forest engine. And their draw card action isn't really going to help them that much either. So if I were in their position, I may have considered getting the diver or the ruddy duck to get down in the wetlands, just to spend a couple turns getting some card volume. But I can't see what's in their hand, so... Alright, so now Yellowhammer. Let's play. Could do 2 here. And I would have to tuck 2 nectar on my... Actually, you know what? Let's get 3 nectar into the forest. I'll take the lead on that. There's a robin. Good play by them. Great companion for the wood duck. No, let's save the eggs on the cavity nest. And we will tuck this. Tuck these 2 rats. And tuck 2 wheat. So my opponent did a good job of capitalizing on the wrong goal here. Mistletoe bird, I wonder if they go for that. Extra nectar. Sandhill crane. Could be good for them. Flip-flop between their forest and their grasslands. Here they're going for food. Did I make a mistake on my color dove? It looks like I did. I'm gonna have to watch that back in the replay, but ultimately it doesn't matter. It just means I have the food here to make some plays. I was kind of thinking about holding the food back. I wonder what I did there. Clearly I clicked the wrong button. They did take the Sandhill crane. Storm petrel. Hey, I'll take a free wheat. Petrel's a star nest. It's good for the round goal. They've got 3. That would give me 4 cavity nests. Let's gain the food here. I am going to let go of the blackbird. Let's take the worm. Nice couple pieces of nectar here. Let's get a tuck on, let's see, 75. Kind of like this mistletoe bird. Let's get rid of the rufous owl. Take this wheat, gain this nectar. Ibis flips up. So I'm going to play this black-throated diver and draw cards. I bet my opponent grabs the Ibis though. Need 2 more small wingspan birds. The mistletoe bird could be that bird. Oh, they're gaining food. And they left the Ibis. Oh, they laid eggs. They flipped the bird feeder with their frog mouth. Okay. Let's throw it on our diver. Really use a forest egg-laying bird, or even a grassland egg-laying bird, quite frankly. I have the food for the Ibis. Plenty of food to tuck on the dove over the next 2 rounds. Opponent could be discarding excess food for extra eggs. Blue-winged warbler, good bomb. Works toward the wrong goal. I actually don't have any birds for the wrong goal here. That's kind of concerning. So now, what am I going to do? So my opponent is kind of pivoting to the grasslands. He almost should have put this robin down here. Maybe they don't want to fully commit there. Bonus card bird would be really amazing here. Mistletoe bird. Man, it feels bad playing that card though. Yellow-headed blackbird. Come on, something good. Gray-headed mannequin? And it qualifies for passerine. That's a pretty good pull. Not sure how I feel about this yellow-headed blackbird at this point in the game. Barn owl is a good body. It is a cavity nest. Wilson snipe, not amazing. Need to lay eggs to appease my Yellowhammer here. Starting to feel kind of close now. Goldfinch is racking up some points. Opponent is dropping some good bombs. Their card quality has been very good so far. Throw down this mannequin and then lay eggs. Spend some excess food on some more eggs. I really could stand to draw some more cards here though. I really need to get no power bird or white powered bird. How are we doing on the nectar? We're currently leading on all nectar categories. My opponent has 0 in the wetlands. There, they're going for food, it looks like. I'm gonna go for some more cards. Kind of like this barn owl. Bald eagle's a great bomb. Barred owl, not amazing. Horsefield. My opponent has only 1 egg. And really the other 2 aren't that great of an option anyway. So the point is canceling out, but I get a card cycle. Hooded Crow, I don't think it's going to do too much for me. So I need to get this Bald Eagle down to get me on the board for the round goal. But I only have 2 activations left. I need to lay eggs once. Then I could gain food. And that should give me the leeway to not have to overpay for the eagle. Two cards left in my opponent's hand. Hopefully they don't start dropping bonus card birds here. That'd be pretty scary. So I'm probably going to gain food here to try to get as much nectar as I can. Discard a card for an extra piece of food. Rufus Owl has a target. Ooh. 3 fish in the bird feeder. just make sure I'm doing this right. Got 2 activations left. I need to lay eggs once. So I'm going to gain food here. We'll get rid of the hooded crow. Don't really have a lot of cards I want to tuck. Take this nectar, take this nectar. Take a fish. Rufus Owl will tuck. Take this cherry. Nope, we're not going to do that. Take this wheat. And then we'll take the nectar off the woodpecker. Alright, now we got to lay eggs. And we'll have activated our Yellowhammer. Tons of food to tuck on my dove. Make sure I do it right this time. There's a golden eagle bomb from my opponent. So they've committed to their grasslands. They've got 6 nectar points. I have to lay eggs here. Let's discard 1 nectar. Get eggs on our cavity nests. And then here comes the Yellowhammer. Gotta play the bald eagle. And nothing here for the bald eagle. Dove. Need a fish and 2 worms. Could do the 2 rats, plenty of excess wheat. There, we got it. So we got on the board for the points. Opponent is doing a great job of commanding the wrong goals. There's a late kill there. There's a Sprog's Pipit. Wasn't my plan to draw cards here. I wanted to play the Cuckoo to get ahead of my opponent's next lay egg action, but I want that bonus card bird, and I don't want them to have it. Common Swift, another food tucker. Painted Bunting, another bonus card bird. That's pretty amazing. Snipe can go. White Wagtail. It would only get 1 activation here. So let's see, we got Painted Bunting qualifies for Passerine. I gotta keep in mind my mannequin. Four activations left. Got my card draw action out of the way. Tons of nectar for my opponent here. I don't know that they'll be able to pressure the wetlands. I need to get 1 nectar down in the grasslands to win it. I have 3 eggs. Free wheat, I'll take it. Got a lot of expensive birds I want to play here. Alright. Gotta make sure I get eggs down on cavity nests. This cuckoo might just not go down. Three activations left. 4 activations left. So let's discard. Honestly, I think this cuckoo is gonna go. Triple nectar. Let's tuck this. Take this cherry. Take this nectar. I could play the mannequin off the Yellowhammer. One, two, three. Got 3 cavity nests. So my opponent is probably just going to run their grasslands here. Oh, there's a bittern bomb. They have 1 egg left. So let's play. I have 3 eggs. Do 2 nectar here. Just 1 nectar will take the lead. My opponent can't gain more nectar in the grasslands. So let's go 1 nectar, 1 wheat. Four-point rodentologist. Columns with a matching pair or trio of nests. That's 2 points currently. So we'll go with rodentologist. So I have a fish and 2 worms here that I could drop that off the mannequin. So my opponent lays eggs. 2 activations left. I need to lay eggs. Comes the painted bunting. So my opponent has no cards, has no reason to draw cards or gain food, so they can't really compete on any of the nectar points. So we can just dump it all here. Bird's worth less than 4 points. This will be 6. So it'll still be at 3. Viticulturalist is 3. So we'll take this. I gotta lay eggs on my last activation. Play the mannequin. Then off the, well, let's see, yeah, my last activation of the round to appease the Yellowhammer will be to lay eggs. Then I will play the mannequin off the Yellowhammer, and then the ibis off the mannequin. So my opponent lays their eggs here. They've got 1 activation left. So let's see, can I afford to spend the food? I can. Let's get rid of the cherry. Cover my cavity nests. Tying here. If I got the mannequin down first, I would have been able to win that round goal, but be it as it may. Big blindside play coming here. Opponent's just going to lay their eggs. Mannequin ibis. And then we'll get 2 tucks on the dove. Four, 5, maybe. Up to 6 points on their grassland activation. So that's what they did. They laid their eggs. Let's go with Yellowhammer. I have to spend eggs anyway from the round goal, so I probably wouldn't have won that anyway. So we'll do this, and we get a 1 egg discount from the mannequin, thankfully, because otherwise, wait, the wrong goals are tabulated before yellow power, so I still would get points for the wrong goal for second place. So we'll do that. And we'll tuck 2 wheat. Skip the rest. Come in second here. So my opponent did an amazing job commanding the wrong goals. Scared me for a second there, it wouldn't go down. 1 egg discount. Here comes the ibis at the end. Alright, I wonder if we were able to do it. We did get a clean sweep on the nectar points, I believe, here. So we out-food raced the wood duck. Alright, if you like that Yellowhammer action, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And let's see if we manage to beat this wood duck. Ugh, commanding lead on the wrong goals here from my opponent. Yeah, I think we lost. $118 to $105, so good game to my opponent. Congratulations on your first win. Wood duck strikes again. And yeah, we'll see you in the next game. Let's check out my opponent's board here. They had a maxed out bird banner, so. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody.